Welcome back into another Dealership Tycoon video about this. That were the last video that we just eventually driven for 4 deliveries as possible. That we just thought the videos from the last 2 videos was not 15 minutes that we thought whatever we do. And now it's time for such as for over 10 deliveries. I think we just gonna be needed 10 cars. We just absolutely trying to deliver for the very first time. So looks like instead of a single truck, it's time to go for its double time, and it's time to really such as the really thing to go. And the distance is 1.64 miles. Then looks like we're gonna be starting from all over to do this. I really don't think this isn't going to be just like it's saying miles as well. I eventually was running out of time instead of vehicle upgrades. Isn't that really possible? Because I'm gonna be trying to be fast as possible. Because look at all these customizations. Probably not these things as well. I really heard the police car. We just absolutely find out. As we just made it on time. We got ourselves a speeding ticket. And the 2 cars are just ruined like itself with just only one thing. Now that was mission failed. Responding to do this again, we just eventually arrive. No policeman has just attended that interruptions. We got anything that not even possible. That we're almost down to 3 stars of course. And sold for 1 star, which is something is a bad review. Another one is gonna be left to school, and it's absolutely gonna be trying to head over. And probably this isn't going to be just like it's gonna be a good mileage like this, and probably should not able to hit that crash again. And looks like we're just gonna be trying to slow them down, and we just finished it for 5 stars, of course. We just did a perfection about this. Another one will be eventually that we're going to be taking on for 1.20 miles and to do this as well. So not a single, but double the time, of course. We're going to be reach on time to the destination itself. Another one is going to be at this one, and it's absolutely right over here. Let's turn on the emergency lights. And there's nothing that we're going to be doing for it, such as a waste of time. Now, this isn't going to be just like this thing. We're going to be doing this really fast and make it on time as really fast as we could. As the delivery point is going to be inside the warehouse. As we're going to be trying to fully stop on to do this. And our first stop is done. And our second stop will be on the highway. And I really think this is going to be really hard to find. I'm not sure this is going to be just like this. And which is going to be on time. And not to be on the 0-star rating as well. We ended up for such as a bad review. It is a worst cost for nothing around for one reason. But looks like we're going to be reaching all the way to the exact destination that is going to be on the highway before. Maybe we should be able to going on for some sort of a desert like this for crazy in the shadows of the dunes. We possibly never going to be trying to see this before, and our last stop isn't going to be just like completed. Is it going to be the 4-star? I think it's still absolutely the 5-star. Now the next schedule is going to be starting over here, and it's time to direct all over to the highway itself, but not even this before. Let's deliver the Lancia and some sort of over here. We're just going to be in the next couple of miles, and what the miles that is going to be totally driven. And I just gotten first thing to do. 9,300 miles driven that we just forgot that we're going to be saying about in the beginning of the video. Let's just do the same thing as fuely colored McLaren 620S. I think this is the most likely 570S and right behind it must be the Batman's Lancia. And probably I was pretty wrong about this thing. And our first stop is complete, and hopefully that does not gonna be doing such as disappointed again. 5-star, $32,000, and looks like we're gonna be doing for our next stop. It's another destination for Richmond, and it's down to 4 stars. It's not Richmond's. This must be the suspect, and I'm not sure that rating about the 3 stars as well. The next one is we're gonna be doing for a 41 miles we have driven. So let's just going for another itself with a work van and a police cruiser. The next stop will be at the highway, but not inside of the arena. It's not just a moment ago like this thing, because the police cruiser looked like insanely probably jalopy as well. Another one, it must be the work van, and not subject to be failing the mission like this. And not over here to smash a bar for this thing around. And looks like we're continuing to go. And probably this isn't going to be just like actually when we do. We just did for a 75-mile task, and looks like we're going to be playing about for 60 minutes, as we possibly that we wanted to do 500. I think we most likely reaching about 5,000 trophies. We got everything about this yet. I think we're just gonna be the last couple of more like these things. Our first delivery was a success, and it's down to 1 star, but down to almost 3 stars about this driven. Next stop is absolutely the workers van. Must be the Chevy Express, and we just reach it all the way right on time for grandmothers. And probably that must be gonna be babushkas as well. So probably I just jump out of the vehicle, and we collected, and we have last 4 more vehicles to do. And what is absolutely gonna be trying to do is last 4 of them. It's time to start all over to do so as well. We paid for 12 many locations as possible, and another one is gonna be trying to do something a little bit amount of stuff. And is it not going to be really possible to do this by entering the highway? I mean the interstate. And we heard the police whistle that is going to be around it for another one as well. We didn't turn on that, we just forgotten to turn on the emergency lights. And it's not going to be on the racetrack. Was it going to be into the racetrack entry? And I'm probably not sure that we're going to be last 2 to go. And for our last couple of missions, that wasn't going to be pretty forgetting about for this only one thing. And I'm not pretty sure this isn't going to be just like completed to do this. And our first stop wasn't like this at all. And our next stop is going to be up over here. But once we just eventually try to reach our 5 stars, I guess. And maybe not, it is going to be over here. And maybe it's not going to be doing like this, but the night time that we just eventually try to drive, and we just absolutely going to give ourselves for over 60 minutes of driving. Instead of failing the missions over here, we didn't almost forgot about this thing. As we just tried to did ourselves for a U-turn, I think we just absolutely around for just it's gonna be other side of the bridge, and it should be leading to the school, and I'm pretty not sure that the next stop is gonna be right over here. And we just eventually turn on the headlights on, that we almost forgot to say. And boy, we're here into the town that we're slightly, it's gonna be in the gas station or something. Let's just start it to get a little bit slow and not partly try to do for it's really perfect about as well. And as you can see, it was going to be still 5 stars. Now this is going to be our last 2 deliveries, and what did I just officially get? Over 10 cars. 12 cars to do for it's gonna be the last mission. I guess so. It's absolutely gonna be tried to do for its overnight. And like we ever tried to say, it's going to be onto the highway drive or something. And it's going to be a lack of over 12 minutes or something. It's probably something that's going to be really good reason to do this. And not telling you why, it's going to be pretty hard to do this. What we ever tried to say, it's going to be really hard to try to find as well. And I'll be trying to make things, I'm going to be using a single truck as well. With one trailer. I think I have a single trailer, but I'm just going to be using for one flatbed truck, but without a single trailer that I'm just going to be using for an upgraded truck as well. We just eventually upgrade it into for our racing suspension as well. And the last one is going to be in the racetrack. I guess so. This is going to be a little bit pretty far as well. I never guessed this is going to be pretty hard, and it makes me stressful, I guess. And it's going to be on the bridge and into the racetrack. But I know the fastest way the racetrack is, and it's going to be doing for another turns itself. Not sure. This is going to be just like right ideas, and it's going to be right over to the spotlight itself, and it's going to be on the hurry itself for just as one. And like I say, it's going to be pretty impossible to do this, because I'm sure I'll be avoiding to collide another truck. We just made a fateful accident around over here. And one more delivery should be the Alfa Romeo. Hopefully this could be the last delivery of this season 9, and that should be for our major accident around here, because that's stupid like these things that when it was a few moments ago. And we're gonna be wrap up for today's video, and looks like that should be another 10 deliveries should be out to do this. And this is gonna be, thanks for watching the back of this video, and I'm probably very sure this is going to be a 5-star arrival, and which is probably we're going to be staying this for a little bit of good amount like this thing. But when the vehicle have gotten a little bit damaged for so far, I think that's it for this video, and not for 4 stars for just delivered. So we're going to be selling some cars for today, and thanks for watching. This is going to be Turbo Concept is signing off, and we just eventually got over $30 million in cash. And looks like I'm going to be paying attention to the customers, I guess.